Welcome to the Savvy Radio Show with your host, the Savvy Landlord. Up next is the best deal ever. On Fridays, check out all episodes on SavvyRadioShow.com.
Oh, shucks. Get excited. We're back with Ron Harris. And I was like, Ron, we got to do a best deal. He's like, oh, that's really not my best. All right. Technical. Any deal. What's a deal that you can share with us and motivate us?
I say the best deals are the ones that I just show up for closing. I like those. Just show up for cookies and root beer.
You know, some savvier investors don't even show up anymore.
Well, I still enjoy going to closing because of that reason. I don't like morning closings. I always afternoon, but the joke is I won't get up in the morning unless it's for my students. But even then, it's pain in the ass.
It's funny because I prefer morning. I don't like it. Anyway, so tell me about a deal.
Man, the deal that just comes to my mind is the one that really lit my ass on fire and really got me excited. Funny story is when we've talked about it before, but I was going to make $33,000 on this deal, and even after that, I remember being in the shower. And I was like, I just made this bunch of money. I need to get excited. I had to tell myself to scream, and there's no one in the house, so I had to scream in the shower to get excited about this deal because it was almost unbelievable.
Okay, how'd you find it?
So this deal was a short sale. One of our former partners, he was at a dentist office getting his teeth worked on, and he was talking about real estate, and his dentist said, hey, I know somebody that's in trouble. And this guy had this house that he owed more than what it was worth. I think it was worth like $130,000, $135,000 or $140,000, something like that. And he owed $180,000 in this house.
Wow.
We didn't investigate too much in there because we didn't want to know. But it was a short sale. It had to be a short sale.
So you got wind from one of your students at the dentist, said, hey, there's a guy that needs to sell this house. It's a short sale, and it's somewhere over $180,000 that he owes on it.
Right.
And what happened there?
So we go meet the guy. He couldn't sell it because the previous people were going to buy it. Did a mold test on it and didn't tell him. So now it had mold attached to it, black mold.
Even better.
Couldn't sell it. Overpriced, he owed too much, and it was a nice house, nice neighborhood, and talked to the guy and said, I will work short sale. We were brand new at short sales, and I think I had done like one or two prior to that. And so we put it under contract, started negotiating it. I had just gone to this Pete Young seminar.
Okay, hold on. Before you go Pete Young's, you got permission on their behalf to go negotiate
a short sale.
So let's just, if you don't know what a short sale is, it's they're upside down. They can't afford it anymore. They can't make a payment before going to foreclosure. You as an investor can kind of step in there, power of attorney.
Power of attorney, power
of attorney. Go in there and say, "Hey, I'm negotiating for them," or they're going to walk away, and it's going to be crash and burn.
Yeah.
And so you went in there and negotiated with the bank per se.
Yeah. So not only was I going to buy the house, but a short sale, our goal is to negotiate and get a discount so that the bank can sell that house. The bank loses some money on that, but that way we can buy the house. And so put it under contract, started the negotiations. The whole process is to get that discount. And it's laborious when you're negotiating with loss mitigators because they're dealing with 200, 300, 400 transactions that their houses are underwater.
And they're not emotional. It's not their money.
Yeah. And
so you knew what was it worth? What was the ARV?
I want to say it was about 130, 135, 140.
But the guy was like 50,000 over.
Oh, way over, yeah.
Or more. Okay,
yeah.
So then what number did you get it to? And how'd you do that?
I want to say we got to about $88,000. That just 88 or 83,000. 88 or 88.
So you beat the bank up to 88, and so you had to close.
Well, I had mold, and so we went and tested it ourselves, and it really did have mold.
Every home has mold.
Well,
just
I had a mold. We had mold scanners, so we did it. I mean, we do it the proper way. I mean, I don't cheat nobody. I'm not in. I don't do that kind of stuff because it comes back.
Well, then he threw out the name Pete Young's, who taught you how to do that.
Yeah, he taught us how to get mold testing, and so the funny story was when they do what's called the BPO, a broker price opinion, where they send the realtor to go and just get a drive-by appraisal to kind of assess the property. It's not a full appraisal or anything, but my goal was to get her in there to walk through there because you can kind of smell the mustiness because it's been locked up for a year or two. And so when she came up and approached it, it was kind of funny because I said, "There's mold in this house," and I had this big Breaking Bad suit on with gas mask thing on.
You're awesome.
And I handed her the little lawnmower,
respirator deal.
It wasn't even that. It was just one of those little paper thin for grass, And I've never seen a woman. She goes, "I don't need it." I've never seen someone walk in so fast in and out of that house, but
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Great
it's a pretty good
technique
story.
out there.
Right.
So you got down to 88, and then if you listen to Ron's podcast prior, you did a double close on it. And you almost didn't get funding. You had to go run out and get transactional funding. Got the transactional funding, and then what'd you sell it for? 30 plus that?
$133,000. It's just these numbers just pop. Yeah, I think it was about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you made a $33,000 profit off of a short sale. How long did the short sale take you?
I think it was like 8 months to a year.
So you
it was
just
a
kept
long
working
process. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of the guy was not broke. He was not financially.
Was he making payments?
He was making payments on the house. He was able to pay it. He just could never sell it. And he was living in some other nice. I mean, he was not a. Okay. So it was a very hard short sale because we had to. He's not in dire straits. He's not got these problems, and so
the bank wasn't really forthright. Well, why? Well, we're not in problem zone,
right?
And so they're still getting their check. Why are you talking to me?
Right.
And you're like, well, he's about to crumble.
Right.
Well, okay, so that was a unique short sale.
Yeah.
And so, do you still do short sales now?
We don't, because it's not the low hanging fruit, and it just took a lot of. You'd be working on 20 short sales
to get one.
Well, and you never know when they're going to get approved. All of a sudden, we got to close in 2 weeks, and you got 5. Wow. Well, I wasn't geared up back then to do 5 at a time. I was a onesie twosie kind of guy, and so
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right. I don't know if it's your best deal, but it is a deal. Yeah. Thanks for listening on the Friday Savvy Radio Show. Best deal maybe ever. Thanks for listening. If you got a best deal, leave me a message. If you want to get a hold of Ron, leave a message or Google him up. Ron Harris, not the comedian
or the porn star.
There you go.
Investor Weekend is not far off, with over 10 information sessions to increase your portfolio. Log on to www.investorweekend.com. Whether you are a seasoned investor or never purchased a property before, you don't want to miss the Investor Weekend. Join us for a powerful, knowledge-packed weekend with over 10 informational sessions that are bound to enlarge your real estate investments. You will hear from the best national and local real estate investors that will share practical and relevant experiences with you, the investor. There will be several networking sessions to connect with other like-minded people for potential funding, partnerships, and yes, hot deals. Go to www.investorweekend.com. Did you know we meet once a month for the Landlord Lunch Meeting? The third Wednesday of every month. Go to landlordlunch.com.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.